Welcome to Raw Talk, Real Healing.
It's like therapy, but with more laughs and less copays.
I'm Gabby.
And I'm Diana.
We're licensed therapists.
But here, we just want to have raw and unapologetic conversations.
So come vibe with us. We're professional meets personal.
Let's get it.
Hello.
What up, girl?
We're back. Don't know if we're back and better, but we're back.
This is true. That was a little,
What is going on lately?
I don't know.
Nothing wants to work right, but we figured it out. Here we are.
Hopefully.
If something is wrong, I'm gonna just like crumble everything up and just throw it in a ball. I'll tap out.
Right. I feel like we haven't checked in with each other in a while, though. How's everything going? How you feeling today?
Feeling good. Feeling hungry. This bitch got no snack.
I can't set myself up like that. I'll be eating snacks all day if I kept snacks in here.
Self-control, Diana. It's a non-negotiable.
Self-control is a non-negotiable for you. I have a lot of self-control for other things.
I know, but not snacks.
Snacks, though? Just love snacks.
Well, anyway. I'm hungry, but I'm gonna get through.
Mm-hmm.
Really excited. I finished my dragon book last night.
Oh, nice. You've been up late reading that.
Because it got so good. I was like, I couldn't stop. I finished reading it yesterday. When I was supposed to be like organizing my thoughts, I finished the book instead.
Okay.
But it was really nice. Now I picked up my other book that I want to read next.
Which is?
The Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
Oh,
I bought it when I went to the bookstore.
I love pumpkin spice.
I don't, but
Everything nice.
I'm not a pumpkin girl, but I'm excited.
Nice.
Cozy vibes. I'm ready for it.
Cool.
How about you? How was your court day?
Oh my gosh.
Scary?
No, I'm not gonna lie. The whole time thinking about it, the whole time driving there, even when I went in and was waiting, like, outside of court,
Mm-hmm.
nothing felt okay. The moment the lawyer came to get me, my heart was just like, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is for real. So, I just did some deep breathing, got my thoughts together. Like, listen, you're going in with facts. This is not opinion based. This is, whatever. But yeah, it was like crazy. Like, I walked in, they're like, okay, take the stand. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm just thinking about all the TV shows I watched.
Does it look like that in there?
Exactly.
Or was it like a folding table?
No, it was like exactly like a courtroom.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, I sat next to the judge. He's like, raise your right hand. Like, the whole thing.
I would have shit myself.
It was like crazy. So, that was an experience.
You said you got cross-examined.
Yes.
What does that even mean?
So that means the lawyer, like questioned me, but then also like the defendant, like he was able to say, so I heard you say blah, blah, blah. Can you please open exhibit? Like they had like binders in front of me. Like I had to go to each page and like, so when you see this, blah, blah. And like, it was crazy. I'm telling you, it was like, holy crap. But when I was done, I was like, that's not that bad.
Right. I feel like you did it once now. I think as a therapist, like we all are so like, oh my God, testify in court?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I always decline. Like I always say no. Like I always fight it nail into. So like every time I got subpoenaed or anything like that, and I'm like,
I've never been.
So I got subpoenaed so many times. It's not even funny. Because of course I just get stuck with these cases.
No thanks.
Yeah. It seems like work, it's an accident happened or something like, no, you get a letter of treatment from me and that's it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've had to write like proof of treatment and stuff like that, but to go in the courtroom, have to sit there, ask these questions, I feel like that is so scary.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like now that you've done it, if you had to do it again, it wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah. And I only did it, because of the case that it was. You know what I mean? I feel like I pick and choose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, this is,
Yeah.
But yeah, girl. Your girl made it out.
I know, and your outfit was so cute. You looked so like you belonged there.
Yeah. Well, you know what I did? I walked in there with my head held high, real confident, and shut it down.
That's right.
So today,
Let's get into it.
yes, this was Gabby's clever mind working here.
I really, before we get into it really quick, I said something to Mike. I'm like, Mike, guess what we're going to do on the podcast? Because, he's always like, you guys need to do this, putting his 2 cents in. So I said to him, I'm like, what do you think about this? And he was like, oh, that's actually really cool. I was like, thanks. My idea.
Yeah, I was like, that should be interesting. So in lieu of okay, what the fuck was that?
You were going to say, in lieu of Halloween.
Yeah. Yes. So spooky season
Spooky, scary.
is in. So Gabby, what was your grand idea?
Let's preface this with, I actually hate Halloween.
Me too.
Like, it is, sorry about it, but everybody who loves all that spooky, scary stuff, it's not for me. I will not volunteer as tribute to go to any haunted hay thing, any haunted nothing. I'm not going.
No.
I am a baby back bitch when it comes to that. Like, you won't see me there. But the part of Halloween that I do think is pretty cool is, let's consider the inside of the mind of a real monster. And what's a real monster? Not a ghost, not a vampire, not your ex, but something real. The human mind and its darkest corners. And this is something that interests a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves their true crime. Everybody loves serial killers. And it's not that we want to glamorize this. It's
No.
not that it's like, oh my God, wow, they're famous because they killed so many people. No. Why do they do that? And that is why I thought this would be so interesting.
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know if people know like the psychology behind it.
Right.
You know what I mean? About true crime and, all of that. It's a curiosity of the
Yeah.
mind, by human nature. Like it's natural curiosity, like about why people do things. Like how many times do we ask ourselves that question? Like, how can this person do this?
Right.
Like, why would they ever do something like that? And like we'll beat ourselves up and down to try to figure out like
Why?
what the fuck would possess this person or that person or whatever.
Right. And I think even on a daily level, like, let's bring it down. Like, it doesn't have to be so extreme of a serial killer.
Mhm.
Like, this can be, how many times do we have people in session like, I just want to know why I'm like this?
Yeah.
The why is power to us. The more insight that we have, whether it's ourself or somebody else, it's powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, like fear helps us process.
Yeah.
Like that danger in a safe space, kind of like that safe distance. Like I'm not in the actual crime, but let me analyze this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where I'm like, okay, what do I, look for? And I love me a good true crime, but that's because I'm so fascinated with the human mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like the way that we think and like how did we end up here?
Mm-hmm.
Like how do I make sure I don't go cray cray? Like,
Right.
And
I don't know about you, but I feel like that is what, drove me into choosing like this career.
Mhm.
Because I remember being like a junior in high school and being in psychology class and just thinking to myself, like, the brain is such a crazy place. Like, it's so powerful. It essentially makes us who we are, like personality, all of these things. but nobody's brain is the same.
Correct.
So you go into this and every day is different. But even in undergrad, I took forensic psychology as a concentration because I originally wanted to work like in a jail or something like that to ask these people why. Why did you do this? Or learn about people's backgrounds. So, yes, we can watch it on TV and everybody can watch it on TV, but I feel like for us, when we watch it, our lens is a little bit different than the average person.
Oh yeah, cause like I'll be like taking notes sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
hold on, let me go back to this because it does fascinate me, and like especially when it's like environmental. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like that's crazy. But like, why do you think people love to be scared? Like, why is that such a fun thing? Because, well, okay, I'm gonna say this because because I do love like scaring people, but like you're
You like to scare others.
yeah, I don't like to be scared, but like let's say like oh Camille hates it. Like I'm always hiding behind a corner. I'd be like, ah, like you know. And she's like, Diana, like stop. And I'm like, okay, my bad. But like actually putting yourself in those positions, like people who go to like those penitentiaries, those
No.
haunted houses, all that stuff, like no thank you.
I'm telling you, I refuse. So I don't know what people think is so fun about it because I'm not going.
Right. Yeah, my
I
niece.
am not going.
Right. My niece begged my sister to take her.
How old is your niece?
She is, I want to say 11.
Okay, so little.
Yeah. Um dang, she's going to kill me. She's like, "You think I'm 11?" Anyway. Um and my sister was like, she literally was crying the whole time, hiding underneath like her
Yeah.
head. And like she was like the one other place they went to, I guess it's different sections.
Did they go to Creamy Acres?
No, I think they went to that state penitentiary thing. I don't know. And he said that the one of the guides had to like go with them and like had their hand held and they had a safe word. His hand was high and was like, monsters be nice. Monsters be nice. And so she's like the whole time she's like holding on to me, monsters be nice, monsters be nice.
That would literally be me.
Like, why? Why would you put yourself through that?
I think there's a level of like the adrenaline, right? I think that feels like exciting. It's fun. I think there's a level to it of that. But I also think that it puts you in these like dangerous situations where nothing is happening. So you can then feel in control.
Yeah.
But like also kind of twisted.
I know.
Because like, why do you want to put yourself in danger? Have you experienced trauma?
Right.
I don't know. It's just not my thing. It never was my thing. And I feel like little kid, like she's not a little kid, but she's a kid. She's probably at school and all these kids are talking about it and she doesn't want to be the one to say like, "Oh, I'm scared." Oh no. All of my friends knew. Halloween time, don't fucking ask Gabby to go to nothing. Cuz she's not going.
Right.
My one friend, my best friend, she would beg me because she loved it. She'd be like, "Gabby, please, it's not even scary. It's fake." Blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, "No."
Okay, girl.
N-O. No.
Yeah.
You can't make me.
Yeah. I think I went to those things like one of those things like one time a few years ago and I was like, never again. But Halloween's really not my thing either. I don't give out candy at my house. Lights. I'm not even here.
You wouldn't give out candy?
Nope.
I would, but I don't even get.
And now I'm talking about here. Like it's my mom's birthday.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just always with her. She loves to take the kids trick or treating, and I'm just at my sister's house. We do like a little cake, and we just be chilling.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So, question.
Okay.
Do you feel that serial killers are born or made? What's your view?
Can I go both ways?
Yeah.
I think I lean more towards made.
Mhm.
Because as we've gone through our research and just, watched and things like that, a lot of these people acquire specific diagnoses. And I feel like a lot of it is like personality disorders or things like that. And those are typically learned, or those are typically happen out of trauma or something like that. I feel like these people, to make you want to do something like this, something happened to you.
Mhm.
Something really bad happened to you. Or, it's just the way that you internalize certain things. And my heart does feel for them in those moments.
Yeah.
But also I'm like, how sick can you be? But then like they think it's real in some aspects.
I know.
So I definitely I want to say that it's made, but I think there is like at some point that this is wrong.
Mhm.
So why are we
Yeah.
continuing to make this choice?
Mhm. So I feel like let's break it down, right?
So I want to know your take first.
So yeah, that's what I was gonna kind of go into. So I think both too, right? Because there's some biological and genetic components to this,
Right.
as far as like brain goes.
Mhm.
And then obviously like trauma, like environmental things.
Right.
You know what I mean? And which is I guess the difference between like psychopathy and socio what is it?
We just kept saying psychopathy last
I
night.
know.
Um,
Sociopathy is what it is.
yes, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I was
So
going to say sociopathy, so whatever.
sociopathy. No, psychopathy and I keep saying socio.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever. Anyways, a difference between a psychopath and a sociopath.
Yeah. That's
Darn
it.
it. So let's break those down because I think that'll help us and everybody else get a better understanding of
Yeah.
where these serial killers start developing the craze.
Yes. So I think if let's start with the psychopath,
Okay.
right? We all hear this term. People are like, they're a psychopath, they're a sociopath. Do you even know what that means? Like,
Right.
truly, do
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I think the one thing that really, really sticks out when you are a psychopath, you know that what you're doing is wrong.
Yes.
However, you do not allow that to drive your actions. You know what's wrong. You don't care.
Mm-hmm.
So that aspect is more of a genetic or biological thing that goes on within the brain with like located. I'm hungry. So that is something that goes along with the function of your brain related to impulse and empathy. This person does not experience that. They can appear to be charming. They
Mm-hmm.
can fake emotions. They can plan things and mirror these emotions to manipulate, but they're not feeling those things.
Mm-mm.
They got a lot of screws loose. They are wired different.
Sure.
So, no empathy, no impulse control. They typically don't really feel emotions. They can mimic to get the upper hand, but they're going to make a choice that's wrong and they don't care.
Mm-hmm. And just to throw in, psychopaths usually always premeditated and very strategic in what they
Yes.
do.
So the manipulation is part of the plan.
Yep. Yes. So then going into sociopath, right? It usually or originates from environmental factors,
Mhm.
right? Trauma, neglect, definitely exposure to violence.
Yes.
100%,
Yeah.
right? They have these intense emotions, but they're so freaking unstable.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they're able to form attachments just to specific groups
Right.
or people, right? But they still disregard rules, even though they have those, attachments. Their behavior is so erratic.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's reactive as hell.
Mhm.
This person is more likely to lash out
Mhm.
without even having a second thought.
Right. So a lot of times they're like this would be like a crime of passion or like something messy
Mhm.
that is not premeditated.
Yeah. This person you're going to see can't hold a job, can't hold no type of relationships. So people be careful. If you had exes like this, leave them in the past.
They unstable.
Leave them like ghosts because they're very defiant.
Yeah.
Sociopaths are very defiant. Their conscience is very weak and inconsistent. Like, they may feel guilty sometimes, but that is not going to guide their actions. They're
Right.
still going to do what they need to do, right?
Mhm.
So their crime involvements are impulsive and so disorganized.
Yeah.
Where, like we mentioned, the psychopath is very strategic,
Right.
and
They're planning that.
premeditated. Exactly. So we know that this is like some real deep rooted trauma. Like when you said, like, they've been through some shit.
Right.
This is your sociopath right here.
Right.
And so one example of a sociopath
Mhm.
was the Joker.
Erotic.
He was cray cray in
Did
the
you watch
Dark
that?
Knight. No, in the Dark Knight, like, that was like such a good example of, like, okay, that's a sociopath.
You watch it?
What? The movie?
Yeah.
The Dark Knight? Yeah. You never seen that movie? It's a fucking great movie.
I always hear like I don't love like the whole superhero deal.
I mean, me either, but it's the Dark Knight.
All right.
Go watch that shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe tonight.
Yeah. And then the example of the psychopath.
No. Hannibal Lecter was sociopath too, I thought.
No, ma'am. Hannibal Lecter was psychopath.
I wrote that down wrong. My bad.
All good. So,
I'm the writer.
I know. Gabby hates my handwriting.
And mine's not the best, but
It's cute.
it's okay.
It's cute.
I hope my sister's listening and heard that because she tells everybody that my handwriting is so ugly.
No.
So if you hear that, it's cute.
I like it. I wish I could write that neat. So, let's get into ASPD.
Yeah. So
What is ASPD, Gabby?
antisocial personality disorder. Are you
Mhm.
trying to quiz me on the DSM?
No.
That's what that felt like.
No. Don't quiz me. I don't know everything in that
Yeah,
shit.
me
You know how
neither.
big that shit is? That shit this thing.
I know, but what I was going to say was
Sorry.
that's okay. We are just going to touch upon a couple different diagnoses, disorders that most of our well-known serial killers obtain, acquire, have, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
one that we see pop up all the time, is antisocial personality disorder. So, for a person to be diagnosed with this, they have to be 18 years old.
Yes.
If they are not 18, this typically looks like conduct disorder as a child. So, these two diagnoses are very, very similar, almost the same. Just one is for a minor and one is not.
Mm-hmm.
So, this disorder or diagnosis begins in childhood. This is your kid that is extremely defiant.
Mm-hmm.
Almost gets like enjoyment out of like hurt, torture, killing animals. Rules do not apply to them.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like they are above the law, and it just doesn't matter. So these people lack remorse. They do not have empathy. They don't care about safety for themselves or others, and they are extremely impulsive. They don't plan ahead. So these are not that premeditated act. This is not the premeditated action. But now that I'm thinking about it, many of them have antisocial personality disorder, but are also considered a psychopath.
Yeah, because some of these can apply to being a psychopath too. Like, they know what's right and wrong. They just choose, not to. They don't really have remorse. It's like
Yeah.
narcissistic behaviors too, like, because we have traits of
Right, it's not
different
like a
things.
one size fits all.
Exactly.
That's true. Okay, because
Mhm.
I'm sitting here thinking like, wait,
Mhm.
they don't plan ahead and they're impulsive, but then that is like the key part of
Yeah, I feel like that's the hardest part of like diagnosing,
yeah.
right? Is we see so many different things, like for example, bipolar and borderline.
Ugh, so hard.
They are so like similar and people misdiagnose that
Yeah.
all the time. And like I don't diagnose bipolar in one session. You know what I mean? Like
You can't.
can't. It's not even possible. Like I mean, you can write that shit because you can think what you think, but you know what I mean? So these things are
Be
hard.
careful.
Which some of our serial killers that we're going to mention, borderline personality disorder, BPD, and some people call bipolar BPD. Bipolar is not BPD.
Baby.
It's borderline personality disorder, right? These are your intense emotions, unstable relationships, very, very fragile sense of self.
Yes.
And this starts in the very early beginning of adulthood, and they make frantic efforts just to avoid, whether it's real or even imagined,
Yeah.
abandonment or separation.
Mm-hmm.
Like rejection, forget about it. Like crazy. Like they don't even want to think like that might be real or not real. They're always connection seeking.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the things that we can highlight between, like bipolar too, is like they're not attention seeking. Borderline people are connection seeking.
Yeah, like they're craving that connection, but then in the same aspect, it's like they don't want to be hurt either. And I think it's really important to mention that even though, like, we're saying that these types of people have these diagnoses, does not mean that, a client that we're seeing who might have BPD or antisocial personality disorder, that does not make them a serial killer. This, especially borderline, right? Like, if you have borderline, that doesn't mean you're a serial killer. That doesn't mean you're a sociopath. Like, I just think it's important to highlight that, like, they do not equal the other. Because what if we have people who are listening that are like, oh, I have borderline personality disorder. You're basically calling me a sociopath.
Oh, I get that. No, obviously not. There's so many other factors that play into this.
Right.
And to be, clear, these serial killers don't just have borderline personality
No.
disorder. They are, they have so many other different things as well.
Right. It's a lot of times it is multiple diagnoses, but we are just saying that like these are common things
Sure.
that we see within these people. So if anybody listening knows their diagnosis is, let's say, borderline, that doesn't mean you're a sociopath. That doesn't make you a bad person. Doesn't make you an evil person, if we want to go there. It doesn't make you a monster. But this is just something that's common amongst these people.
Sure. So, let's break down some of these. We picked like 4 good ones.
Yeah.
Ed Gein, like I think you should talk about him because you just watched that show. I want to watch it, but everyone keeps telling me don't watch it at night or you'll have nightmares.
You won't have nightmares. You can watch it. I didn't have nightmares. I
Uh-huh.
mean, there were moments in it where I was like, okay, this is super freaky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't have nightmares. I mean, there were times where I was like, I don't want to look. But it wasn't like I was watching a scary movie, you know? So, I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. But Ed Gein, this is a person who was a sexual psychopath, had schizophrenia, and was driven by a love-hate relationship with his mother, which, even though it's a love-hate relationship, it's also referred to as the Oedipus complex, where you have one super strong, like almost inappropriate relationship with someone. So, in the beginning of the series or throughout the series that was just put on Netflix about Ed Gein, it kind of goes, it flip-flops in time. It was honestly a little confusing because, like, you couldn't tell at first, like, what was a hallucination or what was part of the schizophrenia or anything like that. So it was a little bit difficult to follow, but they show hallucinations. They show his relationship with his mom. They show his family dynamic. So in this series, you know, the dad was an alcoholic and mom had some stuff going on too, but the way that she treated him because he was a man or a boy was super unfair because of her feelings towards the dad. So, like, they were always kind of taking care of the dad and cleaning up his messes from drinking and things like that. And she told him that he could not have sex with a woman because if he were to have sex, he would create something evil.
What?
So the mom was always, like, literally told him she was gonna rip his thingy off.
Thingy, his penis, girl?
Yeah. That she should just chop it off because he has no use for it.
Oh my.
So to me, I'm like, okay, now as a young boy, you're gonna internalize that in some kind of way.
Well, he sure did.
He did.
Yeah, and Jumar, she got some kind of problems. No, she had severe mental health problems.
But she was always like, he followed everything that she said to do. So there is trauma, there is domestic violence, there are all of these things, but then just the way that he does internalize it is like, okay, there's something else going on here because a neurotypical person isn't gonna hold these things and release them the way that he did.
Right.
So this looked like he only killed women, and he would make skin suits. So he
The fuck is a skin suit?
He would kill them, take their skin off of their bodies, and make it like a suit that he could wear. The mom was dead. He saved her body, put the
Just, I don't.
put her face on like it was a mask, and then like wore her skin. And then he also had a freezer full of vulvas because he would try them on. So, you know, when people have these feelings of like maybe they should be transgender or things like this, I interpreted this situation as like he was probably having those like feelings and couldn't make sense of them. And then it went this way. So he would kill women, try on their skin. There was a scene where he put a bra and underwear on and put the taped his penis back and put the vulva inside of the underwear because he was trying it on. Because it's like, what does it feel like to be a woman?
Okay, I don't even think I'm gonna watch this thing. Like, this is insanity. Like, I don't even want that in my spirit. Like, hell no.
But then throughout the thing, like, he's schizophrenic. So then, he's saying that his mother is telling him to kill and hurt and harm these people because they're bad. A lot of the women were promiscuous. So in his mind, like, this is a bad woman because that's what his mother, told him. And throughout the movie, he kept saying, "Mother says I can't fornicate."
Oh my
And
gosh.
Jax Teller.
I know.
You gotta watch it.
I can't even imagine him playing this
And
role.
he's like dancing around like in the skin. It's like insane, but like kind of comical at the same time. I mean, there were parts where I was like cracking up, but like this is what I'm saying. Like when we watch it, I'm looking at it from like, why could he be doing this? Obviously, yes, sick, insane, all of that. But when you have somebody telling you that they're going to cut your penis off because you have no use for it, and you are abused and experience all of this stuff, I can understand like, I have empathy, but also I'm like, okay, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Kinda.
Well,
That shit crazy as fuck.
yeah, that's crazy. And then, so I didn't watch the whole thing. Mike ended up finishing it without me, which was fine. But he said, like, in the end of it, like, they almost wanted you to, like, kind of feel bad for him. And I was like, but in a way, like, I kind of do. Like, yes, this is crazy. And what he was doing was insane. But, like, the mental illness part to it is sad.
Yeah, I get that.
And I feel like that's for me where I'm like, why do this? What makes you do this? Because nobody wakes up one day and is like, yep, this is my plan for today.
Maybe. No, I get
It's
that.
normal.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna just check it out because I'm now, of course, my curiosity is
Like, you're
what the
intrigued.
fuck? Yeah. And I guess that's the whole, purpose and behind it. So our next serial killer, Jeffrey Dahmer. Like when I saw that, I did see that one. It's just like crazy to even think that this stuff is real. Or like that it happened. You know what I mean? That's tough. So definitely BPD in here. Definitely psychotic disorders. He had a couple of different things. Necrophilia.
And if any of you are unaware of what necrophilia is, that is when you fornicate with a corpse.
Wakala. Yeah.
Which Ed Gein also did. I forgot to say that.
Oh, did he?
Mhm.
Oh, right. He had some cannibalism in there. He was like eating his
He was eating like soup and stuff out of a skull bowl.
Dahmer. Or Ed
He
Gein.
too.
Oh shit.
Dahmer also.
Yeah. And Jeffrey Dahmer had a real troubled family
Yeah.
life, as we kind of saw and read. A lot of domestic violence, a lot of emotional neglect. He had this fascination with dead animals. That was just, I think, sad to see also. But I mean, not only, like you said, like feeling bad for the mental health aspect of it, but like also, having empathy and like just feeling for the victims, because I think about like, damn, you just like one day here, just like, oh, hey, you meet somebody, they're charming, they're like good, you think they're
Right.
cool. And then next thing you know, you chopped up into pieces. Like, what the fuck?
And he's cooking you for dinner.
Yeah. That's insanity. But if we think like that, to our point, it's not just one thing. Like you're not just going to have one thing and then, be off the wall, off the hook. These are multiple different things that are happening
Right.
in your brain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The shift that happens in certain parts of your brain are so complex.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The chemicals aren't chemically.
No.
They
At
are,
all.
but they imbalance.
Right. So this next guy you wrote a paper on, you said.
I did. I read a book on him, and this was like forever ago now. So I wish that I still had the paper. I looked for it, but I don't have it anymore. Ed Kemper.
Mm-hmm.
Ed and Teddy.
Right.
Ed Kemper, he extremely high IQ. This guy was so smart. There also is a Netflix series on him. I think it's called Mindhunter that I did watch, but again, it was a long time ago. It was really good, but he faked paranoid schizophrenia. He preyed on hitchhikers, and what he would do is he would strangle them, shoot them, stab them, whatever it might have been, but then he would take their bodies, and he was also a necrophiliac. So fornicate. I like that word. I think it's funny. He would fornicate with them, but then also would decapitate and dismember them. So his diagnoses are antisocial, schizotypal personality disorder, traits of narcissism, and as a child did engage in like animal cruelty. I want to say I think cats. I want to say it was to cats. He killed his grandparents at a really young age.
I
Like,
think he was like 15.
yeah, because his parents divorced. And then something happened and he went to live with the grandparents and he ended up killing them and then going back. And this is another one who had like a odd relationship with his mom. I want to say he felt as though he was killing his mom every time he killed somebody. But he preyed on these people who were hitchhikers. So it was like, okay, they're in a position where they know that they could be hurt anyway. So kind of like that, psychopath idea of like, they should have known better.
Yeah.
You're doing something that you know that you could be hurt doing, you should know.
Right.
Crazy.
Insane.
I wish I remembered more. I remember like laying in my bed and like having to write out like this whole timeline to make it like a paper.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was so interesting.
I bet.
But I do remember that he was extremely, extremely smart, like super high IQ.
Like, that's what you want to do with all that motherfucking intelligence?
Right. And he was
Hey.
really, really tall too. He was like a big guy.
Creepy. Last but not least, Ted motherfucking Bundy.
Mm-hmm. Cutie. He was a cutie.
Was he?
Yeah, he was so charming.
I forget what he looks like. We got that antisocial personality disorder here. Definitely psychopathy. Whole psychopath. He was very charming.
Yes.
Very charming. Probably because he was, you said he was like cute and good looking.
Yeah.
And he probably like, can't tell me nothing.
He used that.
Yeah.
To
Yep.
his advantage.
Traits of narcissistic behavior. He also had necrophilia, right? Very manipulative.
He would get people on like college campus. I remember I learned about one situation where he like pretended to be on crutches and like drop his books on the college campus to have like a girl help him, and then he would
Oh,
kidnap
yeah.
them and kill them.
Yes, and he would keep parts or like pieces or parts or pieces, whatever, of their bodies as trophies.
A lot of people or a lot of serial killers do that though. Like they keep something from each kill as a trophy or like memorabilia. Like sometimes it could be like a piece of jewelry or like something from the room.
Crazy.
I read this book one time. It was called The One. It was really good, by John Mars, I think. And it was like a dual plot. It took me a little bit to read it, but it was really good. And in it, there was like, it was about like this app that was like a dating app that helped you find your one.
Mm.
But then also there was like a serial killer in the book too. It's really good.
I have to read that. He actually got the electric chair.
Which is crazy.
I know.
I can't believe that like that was a thing.
It's not a thing anymore?
I don't think so. I think it's like,
Lethal injection.
yeah. But like most states, they don't even have like death row anymore.
Yeah.
And I think it's really crazy too that like there are people out there that have like the curiosity and like kind of take it far.
What you mean?
Like there's people that will write to people on death row
Oh.
because they want to like have conversations or like marry them and stuff.
Because they fucking crazy themselves.
That's what I'm saying. They take it too far.
Yeah. Ooh, in the minds of serial killers.
I know.
Crazy.
I mean, I think, like we said, the fear aspect of like the curiosity of all of this is there, you know?
Mhm.
Like we all want to know. We want to know why this happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the whole purpose of like the series that they always make and stuff like that, but I think it's even scarier to really sit with the idea that like there are other movies, right? Like Friday the 13th and like all of these other things that are for Halloween and monsters, but they're fictional.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not real.
Right.
But do you know how many of those movies were made because of these real
Yeah, like
people?
inspired by true events.
Right.
Or like, things like that. Yeah, I know.
Which is it's crazy.
I know.
So today we looked into the abyss and maybe for a second it looked back. But knowing what hides in the dark corners of the brain is power.
Yeah.
So until next time, keep your lights low, your exes in the past, and your empathy high.
Happy Halloween.
Have fun, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode.
See you guys next week.
If you have any questions or would like to connect with us, please follow us on Instagram and send us a DM or send us an email to the platforms listed below.